Let's talk Superman. So I got a PowerPoint. I'll just go through some points and then I'm gonna go into spoilers right after. If you don't want to say the whole video, I mean it's a six. I obviously fucking picture, but it's just some PowerPoints, no spoilers. When I finish watching it, I'm like, it's Justice League Unlimited. Like it's a Superman animated series, 1 hour, 2 hour long special. That's what it felt like. Right. Okay, next PowerPoint before I even start rambling. The cast is flawless. Flawless. Like, dude, they casted absolute goats of the genre. Like, I won't cap. There's not a single character that I was like, they could have recast it here. They could have recast it here. And if I did, it grew on me as I watched the movie. So, flawless. Superman, flawless. Flawless. The trailer ruined all aura and hype moments in that movie. And yeah, that's like, I'm just going through pop. It's random. I don't know if it's positive or negatives, but I'm gonna talk about it. The trailers literally ruined all aura, all hype moments for me because all of the cool shots were literally in the trailer. All of them. And that should have been the precursor to me, heads up to me, that like, yeah, I know I was gonna get it. It was gonna be some Justice League Unlimited 1 hour special type shit. Borderline 3 out of 10 pacing. Borderline. It gets a 4 for pacing, but they just never let anything sit. There were too many moments of we have this next, we have this next, we have this next, we have this. Ah, it's a joke. Next. Like, dude, whoa. Like, ooh, I'll get into that in spoiler territory, but next one, Social Media Girl existed. If you know, you know. Next, James Gunn can't stop making weirdo random ass characters clean as fuck. That nigga guy is actually the fucking GOAT. Like, listen. That nigga guy is the GOAT. And not spoilers, but people do say that Hawk Girl gets like some little fucking development in the movie, and, like, renders the enjoyment of the movie. But that's like, dude, I don't give a fuck about Hawk Girl. I came to this shit to watch Superman, which we'll get into. Next PowerPoint. Any shot where they walked was godlike. Any shot where they were walking and the fucking camera was panning, following them was OD. That's the only time you're gonna hear me successfully rant and rave about that fucking camera work. The ending monologues were godlike. I was like, yo, you show me this, I'm watching the movie. It felt very like, this is like, whoa. This is some real shit. The ending monologues from Lex and Superman were amazing, beautiful. Crypto the Superdome. He was cool, really faithful. I liked everything they did with him. Even the little thing they did at the end, you know, no spoilers. OST was kind of weak. I won't cap. The OST was like, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty decent. It was decent. I'd say it's below average overall, but it had its moments. Again, it just, the movie just needs time to cook. There was no time for it to literally sizzle and cook. Half that shit came out undercooked, man. That's how I felt. The lighting was weird sometimes. Like, it just, it was kind of off-putting. And the cinematography was not it for the most part. Like, a lot of the shots just were the same thing. And it got the point across, but it didn't really stick. Nothing really stick. Like, it was just Yeah, that's Superman. Superman stuff's happening. Okay, cool. Cool. They had some, I guess, some cool stuff at the end, but besides that, it was just like stock standard, you know, Superman stuff. Okay. Now, marking like 5-minute mark, 5:30 point. I'm going to be talking about spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers, get the fuck off the video. I'm telling you guys, heads up, we're starting with spoilers. 40 minutes in, they dropped that Clark's parents sent him to destroy the fucking planet. Now, I want people's takes on this, takes on their perspective, what they think about this like point of the movie. A lot of people upset, like, what the fuck? Why are niggas evil? Why are niggas evil? I couldn't give a fuck less, because low-key, new interpretations, I'm all for it if it works. But this almost didn't work. Almost. So let's talk about it. This instantly has the entire planet banding together to protest against a fucking Superman. Protest against a fucking Superman. Let's go over it again. To protest against a fucking Superman. They started charging, walking towards, and facing this nigga Superman as if he doesn't carry the power to literally obliterate the entire fleet. The general reaction to him being sent to the planet to be a fucking mass destroyer should have been fear. It should have been scared. It should have been people running away from him, seeing him, viewing him in a different light away from him. But no, they decided to charge towards him. The dude that is said to have dropped on the planet to enslave and kill its people. Are we fucking trolling? No, stop. Because that's not fucking happening in real life. Let me tell you, that's not happening in real life. So I just don't know why James Gunn fucking wrote it like that. But next, him stopping fucking Bulgaria from invading would elicit this reaction of rage, not him ruling over the fucking world. Especially with the news dropping frame 1. Like, did we just, dude, how long has it been? It's been 3 years. Superman in the fucking paint. He been in this shit, writing his legacy, building shit up. And it's all gone due to one accusation without this nigga getting so much of an interview. That's fucking crazy to me. With the world outraged and mad and not in fear that this godlike alien nigga might actually take over the fucking planet. And what the fuck was this about? Harris, you know what? Next, we never got to see the outrage after Superman's decision to stop fucking Bulgaria in the first place. It was all through text at the beginning of the fucking movie. And that was awful. Like, I'm not gonna count, that was awful. Because we didn't get to see the stages of anything. We didn't get to see shit. It's all just told to us, hey, here. Then we're just dropped in the middle of some shit. And I mean, it's one way to tell a story, but it just loses its impact because we weren't there. We don't have the information to make a connection, to feel something while we watch the film. Next point. Superman doesn't really stand out to others in his own film. He doesn't inspire shit. But the little boy who was about to get shot up in like the fucking, like, I'll get deeper into this later, but first, the engineer fucking sucks. Literal plot device spewer, throwaway fucking character. Like, the engineer kinda sucked. And then they have the fucking nerd that saw as a Fortnite skin. The kaiju diversion was kinda random episode fodder, I won't cap. It literally didn't add anything to the story besides creating the diversion in quotes. Like, there isn't any nuance or deeper meaning to be learned from Superman through this kaiju that I thought we were gonna get. I thought they were hyping up the kaiju to be something that Superman will put his life on the line for, to protect, that would also coexist with the plot of his parents sending him to the planet to destroy the fucking world. See, now we have more evidence. Now, Superman's trying to protect this fucking kaiju monster that's literally been doing nothing but wreaking chaos and shit because of what? Because he's like, ooh, I can add this to the collection to eventually destroy the world. Something. But they didn't even go in that direction. They didn't go in any fucking direction. They just made Superman look like a fucking clown in that scene. Because he's like, whoa, we shouldn't kill it. It should have lived. But not even, because then he says, you could have euthanized it less painfully. So Superman wasn't even trying to stay on that shit. He's talking about killing it. Superman? I digress. And then the last thing for spoilers, last thing I want to talk about, because it really did bother me. That Ultraman shit was weak as fuck. I know the whole spoiler section has been like me shitting on the movie and shit, but like after this Ultraman point, then I'm gonna talk about some good shit. So Ultraman, that shit was weak as fuck. Like in terms of literally everything. The reveal was weak. Nigga, he was weak. Him going out was weak. Everything's weak. Like, it's just, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck. Like, dude. I don't know, man. But that's it for the spoiler section. That's all I got for the spoiler section. Because with a film like this, I didn't want to hate on it. I didn't want it to be bad. I'm not a Zack Snyder nigga or whatever. I've never seen Man of Steel, or at least not the full thing. I've seen it in bits and pieces back in the day. So this is like my first Superman after knowing the character, knowing what he does. And it's above average. It's above average to me. It's not below average. It's not average. It's just above average slightly. It exceeded in some things. Like, again, the casting was fucking flawless. And if you haven't watched the trailers, then the aura moments are still fucking there, right? It was a fun little watch. Something you turn your brain on to. It was a popcorn flick, for crying out loud. Ending monologues were amazing. Crypto was fucking cool as shit. Like, it had its moments. It had a lot of cool moments. And it had a lot of comeuppance from fucking the pacing being what it was and the score not being all that memorable or crazy to me. And the fucking cinematography literally being close up of Superman's face 90% of the time. If not Superman's face, other niggas' faces. For whatever reason. Until the very end. It was kind of cool. It was kind of cool in the fucking end. It was like, okay, we're doing something. And then it kind of ended. The ending scene! How could I forget? Dude. Him with the show me the phone with my parents. Then that shit was cold, nigga! That shit was cold. That shit was cold. I felt something with that. I was genuinely smiling. And honestly, that's all I could ask for in there. When an ending just makes me smile, makes me happy that I just completed it, then it's a successful ending to me. Doesn't really matter how good you write it. Just like, if it makes me feel good, or it makes me feel the sense of completion, then it was a good ending. And I think it had a good ending. I think that going forward, this is gonna be a really good Superman. Especially if we develop based off this, if we develop off this movie, give him some more years to cook in the fucking kitchen, stand on his beliefs, then we have the best Superman on our hands. If the Superman and Lois didn't exist.
Sun's out, we don't